Hey everyone, and welcome to our video on organs and organ systems in animals. This is part of our Module 2 Part 6 series looking at cell division, cell diversity and cell differentiation, and in this video we're going to be focused on specification reference 2.1.6i, the organisation of cells into organs and organ systems. Let's start off then by reminding ourselves of two key definitions. The first, organ, a collection of tissues working together to perform the same function. And then an organ system is a number of organs working together to carry out an overall life function. So please don't mix up organ and organ system or think they're interchangeable, because they're not. An organ is just a collection of tissues that are working together for a particular function, whereas an organ system is a number of different organs that are all working together for an overall life function. What we're going to do then is have a look at a few different organ systems within animals, and obviously we'll have a little look to see what organs and tissues are involved in them and what they're actually doing. So what life process are these organ systems actually carrying out? So the first one we've got is the digestive system. So the organs and tissues involved in your digestive system, you've got the esophagus, which is obviously that tube that runs from your mouth down to the stomach itself. Then you've got your small and large intestines, the liver and the pancreas. So each of those has their own specific role to play in the overall life process of digesting the food that we're taking in to release the molecules needed for all the other life processes in the body, like respiration, for example. The second organ system is your circulatory system. So this involves your heart and your blood vessels. And hopefully we all know that your circulatory system is all to do with transporting substances around the body. Third organ system is the respiratory system. So this is your airways, the lungs, the diaphragm and your intercostal muscles between your ribs. And the whole purpose of our respiratory system and all of these different organs and tissues working together is to carry out that process of gas exchange. So allowing obviously oxygen to enter the body and carbon dioxide to be removed from the body. Fourth one is the nervous system. So we've got our brain, spinal cord and all of those nerves running through all the bits of our body here. And they are all involved obviously in communication, coordination and control, our 3 C's. So the nervous system is all to do with actually communicating between the different bits of the body and allowing us to coordinate what they're all doing, so that we actually have some kind of overarching control over what's going on, and it is some kind of link between one bit of your leg moving and the other, so you don't just fall down, for example. The next system we've got is the reproductive system. So depending obviously on if we are talking about a male or a female animal, depends which of these bits we've got. So testes, penis, ovaries, uterus and vagina are all various organs and tissues that are involved in reproduction. Obviously not all present in all animals. So the males will obviously have the testes, the penis, whereas the females will have the ovaries, the uterus, the vagina. And what we find out is this is all to do with reproduction, obviously sexual reproduction in this case. We then come on to the immune system. So we've got our bone marrow, we've got the thymus gland, the skin and the blood, all involved in protecting us against pathogens. We then come on to the urinary system. So these are your kidneys, the bladder, your ureter, and they're all to do with the process of excretion and osmoregulation. And we're going to have a much closer look at the kidneys when it comes to module 5, and we're going to delve much deeper into the processes of the kidney and its structure to explain how it carries out these processes of excretion and osmoregulation. We then have the endocrine system. So these are all the different glands throughout your body, the endocrine glands. And this is, again, is communication, coordination and control. So we actually have 2 different organ systems associated with that same process of communicating, coordinating and controlling, just different aspects of the body. We then come on to the musculoskeletal system. So this is your skeleton and the skeletal muscles. And this is all to do with providing support, protection, and allowing the animals to move around. We then come on to the lymph system. So this is going to involve the lymph nodes and the lymph vessels. And the whole purpose of the lymph system is to transport fluid back to the circulatory system. So in module 3, we're going to find out all about the formation of tissue fluid. And one of the things that we are going to see there is that some of that tissue fluid doesn't return to the capillaries. It instead drains through the lymph system, and then it will be returned to the circulatory system at a later point. Now, because we've got this fluid draining through this system, then it's also going to have a role to play in resisting infections. So when we come to module 4 and we have a look at the specific immune response, we're also going to see the role of these lymph nodes as far as some of our specific immune cells goes. The final system to be aware of is the integumentary system, and this is your skin, your hair, your nails, and these are all to do with your waterproofing, protection, and various mechanisms of temperature regulation as well. So when we come on to module 5, we're going to be having a look to see how things like your skin and your hair and animal skin and hair are actually involved in their regulation of body temperature as well. As always, I hope you found this video useful, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can see when more videos are uploaded, and then head on over to the website where you'll find a range of other resources designed to help you in your A-level biology studies.